Chinese embassy slams Moscow over Russian border incident.
Here's a summary of the article.
The Chinese embassy in Moscow on Friday criticized brutal and excessive law enforcement by Russia, after 5 Chinese citizens were denied entry into the country. In a post on Chinese social media platform WeChat, the embassy said the incident had seriously damaged the legitimate rights and interests of Chinese citizens. On attempting to enter Russia on July 29, the group of Chinese citizens was, repeatedly, questioned for, up to 4 hours, according to the statement. The incident is inconsistent with the overall situation of friendly Sino-Russian relations and the trend of increasingly close friendly exchanges of personnel between the two countries, added the embassy. The Russian side is required to immediately find out the cause of the incident, take active measures to eliminate the bad influence, and ensure that similar incidents will not recur in the future. Beijing committed to no limits partnership with Moscow just 2 days before Russia invaded Ukraine on February 24, 2022. Representatives of the Chinese government this weekend are joining more than 40 countries in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, for Saudi-hosted and Kremlin-free Ukraine peace talks.
This post received a score of 8,300, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
I'd have to assume this is Russia's way of sending a message given the following.
I really don't understand how there can be peace talks without one of the belligerents in it.
Ukraine can discuss many things with the countries that attend. They state what they want, what resources they have, what they're willing to give up, what they need, how they're feeling. They can assess how willing other countries are to accommodate their desires, persuade allies and potential allies of their position, as opposed to Russia's. These countries can adjust their own positions accordingly, where they see advantage, or what they are willing to offer to assist in the peace process.
It reminds me heavily of the Allied conference at Yalta during WW2. Basically an agreement on how the war will need to end and what will happen after.
Yeah. At this point, it's assumed to be a done deal that Russia long-term is going to be the loser. Just like at Yalta, the Allies were definitely going to win, just took some time. Something to keep in mind, that Yalta is where post-war Germany was divided up, and China is likely going to want Vladivostok back along with other territories seized by Russia 150 years ago. Now that Russia is a belligerent to China, I'm expecting China to start coming out swinging.
Greater than and China is likely going to want Vladivostok back along with other territories seized by Russia 150 years ago. Now that Russia is a belligerent to China, I'm expecting China to start coming out swinging. No one will play along with this, and Russia losing in Ukraine will not give China power to enforce this. Nazi Germany was fully occupied, the dictator died in a bunker. The country had no nuclear weapons for a last resort attack while the US had them. Russia is nowhere near as broken and no one seriously tries to reduce them to such a state. Edit. China just wants to play both sides. IMHO. It's not like they cooperate with Russia vs the rest of the world. Last year they got closer to the Saudis. They still want to keep Europe from fully committing to the US-China trade war, so why not play along a little bit by visiting some meeting?
Yay, people on this thread play too many video games and it's warping their perceptions. China won't be gifted Vladivostok just because Russia lost in Ukraine. Countries with nuclear weapons don't get carved up in conferences by other countries that aren't even in the war, let alone occupying the territories they are demanding. Especially not in 2023, at a time when the West is trying to make it clear that annexations and territorial conquests will not be tolerated. And yet the post you responded to has 100+ upvotes for some unfathomable reason.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.